Hi there, I'm Pavlo Fatidis, co-founder at Aurik and its current CEO. I'm an investor in multiple businesses and the author of 2 best-selling books, Sweat, Scale, Sell and Reset, Rebuild, Reignite. Welcome to Aurik, a specialist business growth service. I want to share with you an insight into our backstory because where we come from informs the future and informs our view on how we, working with you, can have an impact on your life through your business to turn it into your greatest wealth-generating asset. So once upon a time, a few years back, I was raised by 3 entrepreneurs. My father and 2 uncles had all started their businesses, worked hard in them, committed their lives to them, and generated good income for themselves, their families, their staff, their suppliers, and their customers, and were seen to be successful. My uncles worked well into their 80s, my father well into his 70s, not because they wanted to, but because they had to. Their dreams and aspirations of monetizing their years of investment and risk failed to materialize, as all 3 had built businesses that generated good income, but were unable to be sold. My journey began in my early 20s when I bought 2 businesses for $1 each. Each company carried extensive debt with dismayed negative employees and fleeing customers. Fortunately, after some years of investment and effort, I managed to sell both for a tidy profit. I acquired them from owners like my dad and uncles. The one was a 28-year-old business and the other a second-generation family business. Despite having generated good income during their prime economic years, the owners had built unsaleable businesses. My successful exits took me into the mergers and acquisitions industry, where I worked across an extensive portfolio of companies for sale. Of them, just under 12% were saleable, and of the deals done, 67% had to make considerable concessions in value and terms of that sale. It was painful to watch business owners see their legacy of hard work and seeming success not materialize into profitable exits. In the midst of all of this, my father asked me for help. His business was in trouble. The young lion and the old lion had to work together to turn his business around. He was exhausted. He had realized that he had no exit plan, and through that, his entire legacy, and in fact, my mom and dad's retirement, stood at risk. It was a tough succession, but we got through it. And fortunately, thankfully, the business got profitably sold, leaving them with their retirement and future intact. Burnt out by the hard grind of turnarounds, I shifted my focus to consulting on growth, capital raising, and innovation across a booming, vibrant US West Coast. It gave me access to powerful but disturbing data. Of 10,000 businesses surveyed, 88% wanted to grow, but 95% of their employees were unaware of the growth plan. Making matters worse, 68% of these companies had misaligned commercial functions, driving chaotic operations that eroded any hope of sustainable growth. The most shocking statistic was that 94.6% of all businesses started failed to sell. Instead, they closed at a high cost to the owners, their families, and their employees. During this period, to better understand capital growth, I took on the dreaded task of an examiner to an MBA school on company valuations. Quickly, it became clear that business exit is all about math. Drawing from my previous businesses and M&A experience, I began to identify and simplify 5 levers of business valuation that generate income and capital growth when built into a business. I believe that the most committed investors in any economy are business owners. They dare to dream, risk everything, and do the work that it takes to make a difference in the lives of their customers and employees. Working with them to turn this effort into success by growing income and deepening value was a problem worth solving. It has become and remains my life's purpose. Corinne, Aurik's co-founder, and I started, built, and sold 12 businesses to make this all happen. 2 failed, 2 IPO'd, 3 were sold to management teams, and 5 were sold to corporates looking for growth and innovation. The last handful of businesses took half the time and a third of the investment to build to the same value as the first handful. We took the learnings and insights and developed a simple, smart, scalable business growth system that is the foundation of what Aurik offers today. Businesses are not bought. They must be built to be sold.